The only real God is the one that you believe in. Start looking for the God in others. And if you find you're tuning into a wave, well then I don't know much about being saved.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, friends.
Welcome in to another episode of Spiritual Philosophy Chatter with the Joneses. I'm Danny Jones.
And I am Samantha Jones.
Yeah, and here we are, episode 52.
52.
Whoa.
The big 1 year.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to you, sir.
Do you feel better?
I do.
Cool. Do you feel different?
Than last year?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Good.
What about you?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
A lot
Yeah.
has happened in a year. It has. It's
Yeah.
changed us for sure. But that's a lot of what this episode's about.
Yeah. So it's
So,
anniversary special.
Yay.
It's a year. Marks our 1 year.
1 year.
So, but we are coming to you not live from the lovely quarantine Simi Valley,
Oh, yeah.
California.
Lovely.
But no, we went out for a little hikey today, which finally the sun came out
Yeah,
after what
for-
felt like for a while.
Yeah, for days and days.
But here we
Yeah.
are. So
Yay.
cool. But before we jump into this one, which will be fun, anything from last week?
Yeah, let's talk about a few things. Of course, like every week now, I've been kind of checking in with our listeners and asking them how they're doing through all of this and the quarantine and, give a little update on what's going on here, just for history record's sake, I suppose, and
Cool.
for people that are experiencing different things than us.
Nice.
Honestly, for me, this isn't a big deal for the most part. I like to be at home and I'm a total introvert and I'm
Right.
good. But when it's been raining, like you were saying, it's been raining so much. That's when I started going crazy.
Yeah. It's like as soon as they say you can't do something,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But I don't know if there's much different from last week. It feels like it's pretty much just every day is kind of like Groundhog's Day now.
Yeah.
I've been trying to keep busy and I've been suggesting that to people that I work with, doing readings and stuff is keep busy. You have to, you can't let your mind slip. Or, I was thinking about if this was happening and I was 20, because in my 20s, I was really lazy. I love to nap. I mean, yeah, now I can't nap much.
Was that when you were a hypochondriac as well?
Well, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course. And you'd be like, oh, I'm not getting out from underneath these covers.
I wouldn't have left the house, but I probably would have just stayed in bed and ate whatever was there and, watched TV.
Right.
Where now I feel like this is an opportunity for me to better myself. It's like a pause,
Right.
So I'm trying to get a lot done and,
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I just wanted to, say hey to our listeners. We're all in this together and,
Hello.
It's been extended.
Yes, till the May 15th, I believe.
At this point, yeah, I've told you this. I feel like we're probably maybe looking more at June 1st,
Mhm.
but I just have this feeling that it'll start getting back to normal once summer's here.
It's
So,
all right. I mean, you know what? We can
Normal, I don't know
resume
what that
life
is.
and come out of our holes again.
Yeah.
It will happen. We got to just be a little bit more cautious and aware and
Yeah,
courteous and patient.
there's definitely going to be a new normal. We're not going to go back to
No.
how things were before.
No.
So it'll be interesting. I think I said to you last night that I'm really, really interested to see where this goes.
We
what
we
happens
shouldn't go
after.
back to normal because
No.
normal wasn't working.
It wasn't working, and we shouldn't.
And I hope that we can figure out how to do it better.
Yeah,
I really
exactly.
do.
Me too.
So, but
Yep.
yeah, we are all in this together. So
Yep, we are. So
Cool.
stick it out. And then I wanted to give an update on last week. We had talked about that I had started my new company with Chelsea, Velvet Psychics, and that is up and going well. And so if anybody is interested in that, you can shoot us an email at velvetpsychics@gmail.com. And what that is it's an unlimited texting service. So when you have a question that comes up or you need to talk about something, you message us. We're using the Kick app. We're hoping to get our own app up, but right now we're using Kick and it's going very well. I've actually had girls from Shine that have found me and that are now doing Velvet, and it's going great.
that's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm very thankful that they were able to find me. Some have found me. I am working on Kasamba, so you can find me on there. as well. And I've had a couple girls find me on there.
Cool.
So yeah, it's
Nice.
great. But yeah, if you're interested, shoot us an email.
Yeah,
For sure.
that sounds cool.
Yes.
I'm glad that that's already going well.
Yes, me
I
too.
felt compelled to.
I did, because I really like that service, and there's no other company out there that does that kind of thing. Everything is like a quick, pay by minute, and I like to get to know people, and
Right.
that way I can help them. I can't help you as much if you are rushed and looking at the clock and thinking about, how much money you're going to spend, and you're not listening to what I'm saying, or you think it's a novelty, and so you're really not listening to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's more to it than that for me.
sure.
I need more of a connection.
No, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes.
Cool.
The last thing that I wanted to say is that we are going to dedicate this episode to my mother.
Happy
Because,
birthday.
yes, on Monday, it will be 16 years since she passed. But she is the reason that we started this.
Yep.
Because she told
I
me...
said happy birthday. I wasn't.
Did you say happy... Well, her birthday is April 30th, so
I
we're
know,
almost there.
Look at that.
But yeah, it's her happy death day,
Yeah.
I guess. They look at it differently, and I look at it differently now too.
Yeah.
I said to Chelsea today that it was, Monday was her death day, and Chelsea's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you're going to do something special." I was like, "No, why? She's here all the time." She's here all the time. Hi.
Yeah.
So, no, I love her, and she can have her dead man's party if she wants, but,
Yeah. And you're right. She has a lot to do with this.
she has everything to do with
yeah.
because I was like, nah, I don't want to do a podcast. And she was like, oh, yeah, you're going to do a podcast. So here we are.
There we are.
A
a
year
year
later.
later.
And I thank her. And it really has done so much more for us than I expected it to do.
It has,
Yeah.
It really, really has.
Yeah.
So,
And that's
good
more of what
call,
we'll get into.
Linda.
Yes. Thanks, Mom. Yeah. So we'll get into more of that in the episode. But I just wanted to dedicate this to her.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, woo! 1 year, 52 episodes.
52.
Here we are.
Yep. And 52 is actually one of my numbers that my mom and I use because she was born in 1952. So it's big. And today is the 11th, which is also one of my numbers.
Yes.
Yeah. So
11.
synchronicity. They still I used to get so many synchronicities in my car, and now I'm not driving at all. And so now they're finding different ways to give me my synchronicities. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of one of the ways.
That is cool.
Yeah. So, all right, I'm done babbling. I'll do more babbling in the episode.
All right. Well, so 52.
52.
Catching up with the Joneses. This is our
Yay.
anniversary special.
Anniversary special.
Really, really big show. Really big show.
Huge.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah.
So cool. What did you do? What did we?
Well, I talked to
What
our
did we ask?
listeners in our discussion group. And so everybody knows we do have a discussion group where we talk about the topic for the week, and it's private. And so you can chime in and add your opinions, and you can find that on Facebook, Spiritual Philosophy Chatter with the Joneses discussion group.
Yep.
But so I asked our listeners some things. I asked them, first of all, what was their favorite episode of, if they've listened to them all, or even, if they haven't, what was their favorite episode?
Okay.
And one of our listeners, Hope, she said that her favorite was episode 6, which was Surviving Grief.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you that Surviving Grief was the third most listened episode of the 52 episodes. It was very
Was it?
well listened to. Yeah.
Wow.
I enjoyed that episode. Not that I like to talk about grief, but I feel like it is very important for people to understand that they're not alone when they're going through their grief, because
Yes.
it is a very lonely process.
Yes.
And so that episode, I feel like it kind of did that.
Cool.
And we should probably do another one kind of similar
Right.
about different things.
Well, thanks for sharing that, Hope.
Yeah.
That's my cuz, by the way.
Yes. Let's see. And then Patricia had said, I am not prepared. I was prepared in a different way because I'm going to do readings as well. So I had my readings and everything up here, but let's see what Patricia said if I can find it. Okay. Not sure yet which episode is my favorite because I'm still going through them. I learn a lot of new stuff every episode. The Sarah Winchester episode was one I shared with my husband, who is a gun enthusiast. I told him things about the Winchester story that he didn't know, so that was very exciting. And then she said, I like that you were able to explain things that weren't true, like the 13th light bulb made total sense.
Right.
That's the thing, is that when you get swept up in something
Yeah.
that's like that,
It's so ridiculous.
yeah, you lose all common sense. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, that doesn't look right on top
Right.
of that light, but it has to be true.
But you know what's cool about that? Who shared that again?
That was Patricia.
Patricia. What's really cool about that was kind of a way for her to engage with her husband
Yeah.
more on his subject matter,
Mm-hmm.
something more of his interest.
Right.
Coming from his angle. And I think as a man, that's nice.
Yeah, for
You know?
sure. Yeah, when you can
So,
connect on something like
yeah.
that and show interest in different things, for sure.
Right.
Yeah. For me, my favorite episodes are always the animal ones.
Yeah.
I love to do the animal ones.
I
'cause
thought that
I
would
could just sit
probably
here
be
and
one of
go.
the most popular.
It was one of the most listened to. I can tell you, let's see. Episode 1, The Awakening, was the most listened to episode, which is kind of embarrassing because the sound quality was so bad.
So bad.
And I was
so
so
sorry.
nervous.
I'm so sorry.
I know. And when I see that number go up all the time, I'm like, oh man, I hope that people don't just
Right.
listen to that one and then don't
Right.
listen to anything else, because it got better from there. But that was the most listened to episode. And then episode 42, The Rainbow Bridge, was the second most.
Cool.
And then Surviving Grief and Chatting with the Other Side.
Wow.
So you can see from these that people really do need to talk about grief and the other side,
Yeah.
because The Awakening was just kind of the introduction, but the
Yeah.
other ones, The Rainbow Bridge,
But what
Surviving
number
Grief,
was The Awakening? I'm sorry.
that was one. That was the
Okay,
first
that's what
one.
I thought.
Yeah. The other three are related to death, to the other side, to what happens, and so you can see that that's probably what people need to talk about more, because it's not talked about much.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well, what about you? What was your favorite? Do you have a favorite episode?
I don't know. My memory's so bad.
I know.
I couldn't even tell you. The animal one was good. I'd have to see them all in front of me
You know
to
what
kind
got
of
a
pick
lot?
one. But
One that got a lot more listens to than I thought it would was Dolores Cannon.
yeah, cool.
Yeah, people are very interested in her, so we'll have to do more about her.
Sweet. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just started listening to another one of her books. So,
Yeah,
and it's out there, but I love it
yeah,
because it's just amazing.
it really is.
It's
the stuff that
amazing.
they
It's
get
amazing
into.
that we think as small as we do.
Yeah.
I personally think that.
I think so,
it's
too.
totally amazing that we think as small as we do for as amazing of a universe that we live in and the possibilities. And we think we're very smart, but we kind of want to turn a blind eye to a lot of things. And
Yeah,
we would be so much more advanced if we just accept and welcome
yeah.
certain things.
There's so many times that, like, well, not now because we don't get to go out much now.
Yeah.
But when we would be sitting in restaurants or like even driving in the car, and I would think, all these people, well, maybe not all of them, but a lot of them are just going about their life, living it like there's nothing else out there, totally oblivious.
Right.
I mean, you have the religious people that do, it's a little bit of a part of their life, and so they have a faith in something.
Right.
But most of those people are still like oblivious to whatever else is going on, that we really are being helped with more than just prayer. There's other things, other ways they're helping us, The people are just oblivious.
Mm-hmm.
It blows my mind. Well,
and-
we were oblivious though too. That's another thing that, like, how long I've lived being oblivious myself.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Right.
But, I mean, but beyond that too, just as far as physical existence of anything, regardless, and I'm talking about beyond Earth, that I definitely believe that there's other places where people don't want to kill each other.
No. It's ridiculous.
It really is
I don't know why
sad.
we're like that here.
Yeah.
It's just dumb.
But anyways, I think probably the UFOs was one of my
Yeah.
favorites too, because that was what I've kind of was referring to. But
Yeah.
So, and I don't really feel like that they're any different than us.
No, but
They're
probably
different,
better
but
than us.
Everything in this universe is different.
Right.
So we're all extraterrestrial
Right.
if you really want to look at it from a neutral standpoint.
But they're not like what a lot of these movies make them out to be.
No.
Like these bad
No.
creatures that want to hurt us. If they wanted to hurt us,
No.
they could have already, for
They're helping
sure.
us.
I believe that.
They're helping us. We would have killed ourselves a long time ago.
Oh, yeah. I believe that. So let's see. I also asked our listeners what were some of their favorite moments.
Uh-oh.
And Lexi said, those times I know Spirit is speaking through you guys to me. And I love those times too. A lot of times I don't realize that they're happening until afterwards. And then I'm like, I just went off on a total rant. And then I realized that was for somebody.
Yeah.
It was. And a lot of times she'll message me and she connects to a lot of what we say. And a lot of our listeners do. They'll message me and say, I took this from that. And that's wonderful. I love that.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
And I love that people want to listen to this. I'm blown away that people want to listen to it, and super flattered. However, you can get these same kind of things from other people just in conversations. You have to listen maybe a little closer, or I don't know what it is because it's not coming through two speakers, but
right.
But you can.
Yeah.
You can find that messages are being sent to you through other people sometimes.
Absolutely. And a lot of times, if you just sit down and write and just start writing or just start typing, like even for somebody like me, it's not like I'm always instantly connected. I have to kind of work at it, And so when these messages speak through me, they may not speak through me right away. It may take me a little while to, feel them, but they're always directed at somebody. If you take something from our show, please take it because it probably is said to you for a reason. I honestly feel so much of the time like I check out when we do these shows, and like I've mentioned this, like my mom takes over or whatever, because I don't remember much after I listen back. But it's kind of like the same things with my readings. It's like I just don't remember, and if I was totally here and conscious, wouldn't I remember most of it or some of it?
I'd be impressed for anybody that could remember.
Yeah.
4 episodes of what they talked about, let alone 52.
Yeah, no.
I couldn't remember one, really.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. And then Trina said, when you two show us your humor and are silly together. Yeah, we're pretty good at that.
Yeah.
We don't, this isn't scripted or anything. We just go, we have a normal conversation. Sometimes we have to hold back because, we have to be family appropriate, but we play pretty well off of each other.
Yeah, I'm sure we could do a whole different show that would be a little bit more risque and a lot more funny, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It's fun. We still have a great time.
Yes, I love it.
I don't have to get that crazy.
Yep. No. And then Gabe, of course, he always comes in with his comments, says, let's talk about the dust on Danny's desk. I don't remember what episode that was from. I just remember at some point you were like, there's a lot of dust on this desk.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, it stuck with Gabe. So
I'm looking at it right now, Gabe. It's not much better. But
the thing is that this room is so dimly lit that you can't really see it. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, it is pretty dusty, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we haven't been in here much lately other than doing this. But you're right, Gabe. Thank you for pointing that out.
Yeah.
The wife just bought canned air, too, which is very nice.
Yes.
Very nice.
Yep. Okay. Let's see. What else did I have here for you? So how have things changed over the last year? Was one of the questions that we got. A lot.
Yeah.
First of all, for me, my confidence level has definitely gotten better. When we first started, if you go back and listen to any of the beginning episodes, I don't know. You gain that level of confidence, and I just feel different. I feel better. I feel more, like we're doing this for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, and like you said, it's not scripted, and really, honestly, we don't really do a lot of editing. Once in a blue moon, if somebody lost their train of thought or had to stop and go to the bathroom, but that's kind of even rare for us. We just sit down and record and talk. And sometimes, like you said before, like, I wish we would have recorded the pre-production talk that we had about the episode coming up, because it was good. But once we kind of spark each other, we can go with it. And so it would just be like me sitting with, any one of these listeners that I might know and going, let's talk.
Exactly.
Whatever. What are you into? What's going on? What do you think about all this or all that?
Yeah.
I like to pick people's brains, and I know that nobody's really sitting here telling us anything. And again, we're always looking for,
guests.
Guests. So we have like a New Year's, not a New Year's, but I guess it would be a New Year resolution for this, is kind of to get a guest and do some other things with this. We have a friend of ours that we've been talking to that might get involved, but we'll see. I would love to have some more kind of maybe sounds and some funny moments that we could really capture and go with a little bit. But and so just take advantage of what we have. So, but other than what's changed about like location, nothing's changed. We're still a year in. We don't make money at this. We do this because we like to do this. It has nothing to do with we're doing it out of our home.
Yeah.
It's no big deal. It's an hour of our time.
Yeah.
And we thought, man, with some of the conversations that her and I have together, wouldn't it be funny, just to like share this with people? Because who doesn't like a good philosophy chat now and then?
Well, and what's been really cool about this for me, and I don't know about you, is that I've learned a lot about different subjects that I didn't know about before because I've had to do research for our episodes. So I have to learn about it in order to help others understand it.
Right.
So I've learned so much about different things that I knew nothing about. That's been wonderful. But not just that, like about myself and about like human behavior. And a lot of it comes with just being a psychic and learning more about my abilities over the last year. This show has given me a level of confidence to do that as well, because I do feel like I have connected with so many people that I know that this is happening for a reason.
I can see that for sure with you, that has helped you a lot.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It absolutely has helped in so many different ways for me, my emotions, my self-confidence. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think internally it's just helped me kind of keep this door open, know, and within me, and sometimes you can get wrapped up in society and things like this that are going on, and you start to feel like, oh, I'm just another one in the herd, and that's where I lose myself. Mm-hmm. It's when I got to step away from this is perception. This is what. A is being shoved down your throat, and they want you to see.
Yeah.
But it's also part of your own perception. So
yes,
I feel like, no, it's, there can be a silver lining to just about anything that even tragic.
Yeah.
So
oh, yeah, for sure.
It's up to us. It is a test. It's a lesson, and it's up to us to find the answers and the solutions to these lessons.
I don't know what I expected for this podcast when we went into it. I have this way of, like, especially when my mom tells me to do things, it's not that I just go, okay, and just do whatever she tells me. That's not what happens. But most of the time, I don't try to look out into the future to find out what it is, because they usually don't tell me anyway, so it doesn't come through intuitively, because they want me to, just like everybody else, I need to let my life progress like everybody else. But, there's just some things that we just shouldn't know. I shouldn't be looking into the future like that. I have to let this unravel on its own.
Right.
But I went into it with the hope that I could help people, and I have. Yeah. We have. And that's what's important. And I will continue, and I hope you will too, to do this show and to help people as long as we know that we are.
If somebody gets something out of it. And I've had some very nice compliments, even from people that I maybe thought wouldn't really say anything. So, no, if one person is getting something out of it, it's totally worth it.
Yes.
So it has... For me, it's similar to music. If one person's digging on it, cool.
Do it, because you're bringing that one person some happiness and faith,
But I definitely can see that there's a lot more people, and I wanted to be. I just feel like we've been living in such kind of darker times.
Yeah.
And I know that this knowledge and this truth is coming back.
Yeah.
I wanted to be responsible in helping
that.
So
I agree.
that's why.
Yep. And we're doing that, and it's fantastic. So,
Yeah.
oof, the waterworks. And what happened right before we started recording? I was like, I gotta get the tissues because I could hear it. Get the tissues, and of course, like me, I'm always fighting. Like, it's fine. It'll be fine. No, it's not fine. You always have to have the tissues.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what it is about the spiritualism and the whole thing, but my eyes leak all the time.
Yeah. Well,
It's not a bad thing.
No, it's like you feel
This connection.
Yeah, an extreme connection. You know, it's overwhelming.
You know, I want to tell a story about what happened yesterday
Sure.
because there are weird things that happened to me that I still don't really know why they happen. And yesterday I was not feeling good. I had some kind of chemical induced migraine. I can kind of tell the difference, and I don't get many migraines anymore because of preventatives.
Right.
So I felt so sick, and I was like, I got to lay down. And so I went and I laid down, and while I was trying to fall asleep, I felt this sensation, and it was kind of like how when you're connected to music and you feel those shivers through your body and it like runs through your body.
Yeah.
It almost felt like the chills and like shivers, but it was constant. And I realized that what it was them healing me, getting my energy back.
Yeah.
I was in like a meditative type state. I don't think I was asleep. But the sensation on my body was so weird. And, you know, with everything that's going on and you're like, oh, this feels like the chills a little bit.
Right.
I had to relax myself, be like, it's not the Rona. They're giving you your energy back. And you know what? I woke up and I felt still a little bit crummy. But as the night went on, I felt better.
Good.
So I really think that it worked. But it was so weird.
Yeah.
So weird. Nothing like that's happened to me before.
Well, maybe now that you feel that way, when you do it, you ask for that.
Yes.
You know, you put yourself in that place. And
I always do when I don't feel well like that. And I lay down. I always ask, you know, heal me while I'm sleeping or whatever it is. But I've never actually felt it like that.
right.
It's strange. Very strange. So let's see what else I have. Okay. What are you guys doing for fun and to stay busy during the quarantine?
Well, this is part of it.
Yep.
This keeps us busy, you know, for a good few hours during the week. And then she does her work, which we both kind of work from home anyways. So
Yeah.
for us, really, this isn't a huge
It's not
change.
a huge change.
Other
Yeah.
than not really being able to go out when we want to.
Yeah.
which
And
stinks.
Marina being
And I can't
home from school.
have rehearsals here, and
Yeah.
we were just ready to play. You know, last night was supposed to be the show that our first show back after probably 2 years, and a whole new lineup for the most part. But that's okay. You know,
Yeah,
everything's
everything happens
happened
for a
reason.
reason,
Just
yeah.
postponed.
Mhm.
But no, I mean, you know, I can't have that's a normal part of my
Yeah.
life, and that
Can't do
happens
it
around
right
this
now,
house.
yeah.
And we were on the verge of starting to record, so it's just it's a time to take time,
Yep.
you know, and reflect and look at what's important. And I know what's important, and it's right here underneath my nose every day is, you know, my family. So spending time with them has been priceless.
Yeah.
During this, going out and hiking,
Yep. Riding our bikes.
riding our bikes, you know, which sat with flat tires forever. That got us motivated to get those
Yep.
fixed. And I think it was 805 cycles that did
Yeah,
it
they
for
were
us.
here like right
They
away.
picked it up for us, and all 3 bikes, and dropped it off.
Yeah. It was really cool.
So right on. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you.
I think it was Jim. I could be totally wrong, but his wife came and his son. And so
Yeah,
Cool.
That was great. Yeah, we've been trying to stay active is really important.
Yeah.
Really important. Like there's a lot of people that are afraid to even go outside, but really you need to. You need to get the sun. You just stay away from people. Like we went out today and there were a lot of people out there. But people for the most part are being really respectful,
Yeah.
and even if they're not, we are. We
Oh, yeah.
move.
yeah,
We
yeah.
will let them go and, you
I'm
know,
in no hurry.
no, just take your time but get out there.
Yeah.
And I started painting rocks again after I said I wasn't going to paint rocks and gave all my rocks away and gave
I
you
tried
all
to
my
tell her,
paints.
folks. I tried.
Yeah. I just didn't want to.
I know.
But I enjoy it. I mean, I am enjoying it. I'm on my first batch, but I do feel like I check out. I don't think about anything. I just
Yeah.
zone out, but isn't there stuff I should be thinking about? Like,
No,
shouldn't
I
I
think that's
be?
part of it's a meditative state.
It's so weird how for me, like when I'm done with my rocks, I feel like I got something out of it, but in my brain there wasn't, like, I don't know how to explain it. There wasn't any thought going on. I
Right.
just put in a big creation. That's just unusual for me. I'm not a creative person like that. But
You're
I
pretty
love
creative, though.
the rock painting's fun. It
Yeah,
is
I
lots
think
of
you do a
fun.
good job at it.
Thank you.
And
I
it's
enjoy
fun,
it.
you know. It is a good meditative thing. I'm right next door, kind of doing the same thing, not on rocks, but
Yeah.
which I just started doing one recently, last couple of days, and it's been wonderful. Nice to get back to it, and
Yeah.
it makes me feel good. And I tend to listen to the books when I do that, as opposed to music.
Yeah.
Or I'd split it up, maybe half and half, but so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoy it because at that point I'm so like just focused on what I'm doing, even though I'm escaping this, I'm hearing all this stuff and like these stories. So it's
Right.
It's a perfect time for me to be absorbing it.
Right.
What I'm
Which
saying.
is what I should be doing. I just listen to music, but I also, like, when I'm painting rocks, I'm also on Kasamba. So I'm waiting for new people to come in. So it's like I have the music going, I have Kasamba up, and I'm painting rocks, and it's like I don't think I could put a book in there. I think it would totally throw me off. It would be too much. But yeah, that's a little bit much.
Yeah, that would be funny.
I kind of found for me that, but I like routine. Making a routine for myself has been helpful. Like, if you're not doing that and you like your creature habit, make a routine. That was one of the very first things that you said, like, about me that stuck with me when we first started dating, is how much of a creature of habit I am.
Yeah.
And it's true.
Yes.
And I always was like, nah, I'm good. Oh, no, I'm not, though.
You're a creature of habit.
Yeah. But I've
Most
been like,
people are.
yeah. But you gotta, with this especially, I've been like trying to set a schedule for myself. Like I do an hour of this, an hour of that, an hour of rock painting, an hour of, I've been learning Dutch, different things to keep myself busy.
Right.
And then, we've been watching some different shows, and what else can you do, But we are trying to stay busy over here. So we hope you guys are too. I thought that was a good question.
Very good question.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Let's see. Okay. What do you love most about doing the podcast? I, like we had talked about in the previous question, I like helping others, but I also like connecting to the community, not just like for the spiritual community. This has helped me kind of connect, but to like podcasters. I've like made a whole different kind of group of people that I've met on Facebook,
Yeah, it's opened a whole different area.
and a lot of people, that I never, would have met other ways.
It's pretty incredible. It's cool.
Actually, it's a good time because I was just thinking about Cassie. Cassie is like one of our original listeners. I believe that we mentioned her in episode 1, and I was going to do some readings today, and so I'm going to do a reading for her. We connected. I connect with a lot of like our listeners and regular clients that I do reading for. On different things that maybe we have in common. And with Cassie, I remember that one of the things we have in common was that one of her dogs died from the same thing Sierra died from, hemangiosarcoma.
Yeah.
And that was such a it was such a horrible experience. And now that I can help people with, that I've been through it too, it's nice. But Cassie's one of those, and I've been able to help her with that. But she had asked for just a reading for herself, just to know what's next.
Cool.
So let's check into Cassie's energy and see what's next for her.
Okay.
So Cassie and we've done readings before, and she has some things in her personal life that need to change, and I feel like they're slowly changing, and she's slowly getting to the point. We haven't really talked about this lately at all. I'm not sure what's going on now, but I'll tell you what I feel intuitively. I feel like she's moving down more on this path of trying to, I really don't want to get into the personal side of it, but she has issues in a relationship. And so she's trying to work on those and maybe to get out of an unhealthy relationship. And that's where we are now. And I think that that's what's going to happen next, is that this quarantine, for a lot of people, it's doing different things. It's making some people closer, and it's pushing others farther apart. And I think that with them, this is going to push them farther apart to the point where this should be what she needs to finally make that choice and
Yes,
move
yeah.
forward. And, you know, this is a tough thing. It's not easy for people to leave a marriage, but
No.
sometimes you have to do it. If it's not healthy, you just have to do it. But it's hard to see that there's somebody else out there in the future for you. You think, well, I'm going to be alone. What am I going to do? There's no way this is going to work.
Right.
But I can tell you that if you put your faith into it, it can work. You can
Yeah.
make it work.
And there's a lot of people in this world.
Oh yeah, a lot. And I'm seeing it more now, like at our age, you're seeing a lot of the people that are now coming out of their first marriages, people that have been together since like they were in high school together and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
And it's tough, but I truly believe that your first marriage, you learn a lot from.
Yeah.
You really do. You learn what you want, what you don't want. You grow. Either you grow together or you grow apart. And it does. It teaches you going into the next relationship what to look for.
Yeah,
What
really
to do
does.
differently. And there is somebody out there for you, Cassie. I promise you. For everybody that's out there that thinks that. There is somebody, but you're not going to find them while you're holding on to the wrong person.
No. And,
Yeah.
you know, it really is. I've said to you many times when I finally said I want a divorce, I felt literally like I put both hands over my eyes and I jumped off the edge of a cliff.
Yeah.
And it was totally complete blind faith of just like, all I know is whether I find somebody, which definitely was a concern and a worry,
Yeah.
not going to lie, but whether I find somebody is not important anymore. What's
Right.
important is I got to get out of this.
Yeah. Yep.
And once I get out of this, then that can be the focus.
Yep.
Well, assuming that I've got my own crap together and I'm okay. You
Right.
know? And I definitely took time for myself to try to get healed
Yeah.
from it because it's hard, man. It's
It
not
is.
easy.
I remember, like, for the first year at least, when I was going through my divorce, I cried every single day because it's like one part of you is like, I know that I need to do this. And then the other side's like, but I've been with this person for so long and I don't know any different. And what if there isn't somebody else? But what we have to remember is that for the most part, you're not just going to have Prince Charming that's going to come knock on your door and be like, here, I'm here to be your next husband. Come with me.
Right.
There's going to be change that's going to be uncomfortable, and you have to go through that change in order to get to where you need to be. So you can choose to be uncomfortable in a bad marriage. And please know that I'm not trying to push anybody to leave their marriage. That's not at all what I'm doing. But there are times that it comes to the point where you've tried everything. And in this case, I know that she has tried everything.
Right.
And it's just time. And there are people that you get to that point and you just have to do that. You have to make that move because I'll tell you what, you're the only person that has to live your whole life with you.
Right.
So you're basically being miserable for somebody else when you could be happy. And so why are you being miserable?
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
There's somebody else out there for
Absolutely.
anybody. So don't ever feel this is a big world and there's a lot of people in it. So
Yes.
don't feel, but you can't, it's wrong to go find something else before you deal with what you have.
Yes.
So just keep that in mind.
Yes.
But for me, to go back to our original question, thank you, Cassie, for
Yes, thank you,
for
Cassie.
your input. But to go back to the original question, I think what I like most about this really is, this kind of involves that, is that this is my second marriage and it's way better than my first marriage. But I love the moments that we do laugh on this and that we get to, even the moments that we cry. I just love the fact that we can share any kind of emotion. It's like certain things aren't really off limits,
Right.
with us, which that's hard to find.
It is hard to find, yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people in the world, I'm not going to say, but there is a lid for every can, but you have to do search. And once I said I want a divorce, I did search.
Yeah.
And I got lucky that it didn't take me 10 years,
Right.
But
But you have to let go, and even in yourself, you have to let go. You can't, hold on to that.
But outside of really helping people, which is ultimately what I like most about this, it's that part, the engagement with you and the laughing and the, realizing, oh my God, we're saying silly stuff that's going to be listened to.
Forever. We could listen to this in 20 years. And it's funny because actually that was, Chelsea asked that question. She said, do you feel like doing the podcast together has helped you become closer as a couple spiritually and personally.
Oh,
I think it has, yeah.
Yeah, both. I would agree. Yeah.
Not just that, but like this opening up the door to the other side and letting them kind of take control a little bit and help us it's help us to learn how to communicate with one another. It's help us to understand that anything that has happened to us in the past is the past, and we can talk about it. That's very important part of a relationship that I will say, if you don't have that, to try and find that, to open it up in your relationship, because you have a life that happened before somebody and you need to be able to talk about it, and you need to feel safe and comfortable that you can tell this person anything and that they're not going to be like, oh my gosh, you did that in your life.
Right.
You know, it's really, really important.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, this for us kind of happened after we were married too, you know, as far as the awakening and connecting with the other side, and then introducing me to this. And so some of it's knowledge that you kind of already know, and then some of it's stuff you're learning as you go.
Yeah.
But if you're not allowing each other to be who they are, you're going to stifle each other's growth. And then there's, you know, resentment and bitterness and blah, 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 blah. And
that's exactly right. Exactly. Whew, we're going, I'm like running out of time, and I got a lot left here.
Yeah.
You were like, do you have enough to fill a show?
Well, I know.
Yeah, I have enough to fill several, obviously. Let's see. So I wanted to tell you guys that we have 24 Apple podcast reviews. 24.
Nice.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Thank you to all 24
you know what?
people.
Thank you all 24. And I'm going to say...
Thank you, everybody, but thank you for the people that took the time. I appreciate it.
But here's the thing. Here's why I say that, and we haven't talked about this. Only 22 of those were 5-star.
Oh.
Well, I have told you that there was one that was a 1-star, and there was one that's a 2-star. Okay.
Thank you, though. That's all right. You gave a review.
Well, thank you. Yes, because you did. But people forget, too, that I'm a little bit psychic. And so I know that a lot of these things happen because they're people that don't really like us personally. It's not about our show. And so it doesn't really affect me the way I think people think it affects me.
Right.
But just to have those was a learning, growth, and experience for me, because the first time when I saw the 1-star, I was like, but you know
we pretty much know who it is, but it's like, we're not going to sit here and blast somebody.
No, that's not my
silly.
point. That's not my point. But my point is that these types of things, having the 1-star, having the 2-star, seeing those has taught me it doesn't matter.
No.
What difference does it make? Because you know what? They could all be 1-star, but we've helped people. Yeah. And that's all that matters. I got my big Great Dane here looking me right in the eye, don't I?
Can I talk of that
I
thing?
love you so much.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. They still took the time. And hey, if I stirred something up in you emotionally to help facilitate whatever you getting it out or acknowledging something, then great. But they still took the time to review. So.
It's all learning experiences. Everything that we're put through, even this whole coronavirus, it's all for you to learn from, for you to change your perception of, for you to not. I'm being taught not to react.
Yeah,
is the main thing. Don't react when you see that 1-star review. What difference does it make? It doesn't.
It doesn't, because you get so many lovely comments and you know. Positive feedback from a lot of people that we know, family and friends. Yeah. It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. I want to do another reading. I would love to do all of these readings, but I'm going to do a medium. Okay, I'm going to do a medium reading. This is for Chris. This is her dad. She said, would love to hear from my dad if he has a message for me. His name is Joseph, known to most as Joe. Let's see if he has a message. I love to talk to spirits, and I haven't talked to any today.
Cool.
I feel like Joe was a very serious guy. He had like a funny side, but for the most part, he didn't really show it so much. I feel like he wanted to show it more, but almost like he had set this, I don't want to say stage for himself. Like people just expected this was what he was like. You know, he was the tough guy, blah, blah, so you don't let the funny side show so much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let's see.
This is her father.
This is her father, yeah. She says that this is the last picture that was taken of them in 2005. He passed that August. He's definitely very much around you. He helps you a lot. She's also a psychic. She's a reader in one of my groups.
Okay.
And he's definitely helping to push her along in this process. He wants her, what I'm feeling, okay, this is coming through very strong, is that this is very much a learning experience for you right now. What we're going through with the coronavirus, this is something that you need to learn from. You need to take things that I can't tell you what your lessons are. I can't tell anybody what their lessons are. I know what mine are sometimes. But you probably do know. You probably know what's going wrong for you right now with this situation that needs to be fixed. So that if this happens again, if this same type of pandemic were to happen again, how would you respond? How would you react? He wants you to think about these things so that you can change some of those things inside yourself, not just because you should change those things inside yourself to be more happy, but because when you do, you're going to be able to help other people more as well. When you change what's going on inside of you that isn't working, then you can help them change what's going on inside of them that isn't working. Make sense?
Yes.
So that's the message from Dad.
I can't imagine that anybody that's, old enough to comprehend really what's going on here, that there isn't one person on the face of the earth that doesn't have something that they can learn from this.
Oh, yeah.
Not one
Absolutely.
person. It makes you have to look so much at your own, existence and your mortality and how you go about things and
does.
your faith and trust, and it's everything.
Yes.
And so you have to look at this. Each one of us have to look at this.
That's right. Absolutely. And I know, Chris, we've talked, I know that she's got some things that I could see what this relates to. And Chris, if you want to talk more, we can, and I can give you specifics. I just feel like on the podcast, I don't want to air people's dirty laundry.
Yeah. Do
you know what I mean? So I kind of try and
That's cool. I'm glad you connected with him.
Yeah. No, he's very strong spirit. He's very, I'm Dad or
right.
A tough guy, but sweet.
Good.
So, yeah. Okay, let's answer some more of these.
We can go a little bit longer.
Yeah. Has anything come from having a podcast that you didn't expect?
Nothing monetary or tangible, which is totally fine. I think I didn't expect it to have such a positive result, which is I was hoping for,
right?
But I just didn't really expect it.
I think for me, and I haven't talked about this, is that it has given me other professional opportunities that I might not have had previously. I actually auditioned for another podcast for the Pet Collective right before this happened. It was such a bummer. I have no idea. I'm assuming that it didn't go into production,
right?
But I haven't heard anything. But it was one of those things
probably
that
frozen there.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. But
right.
That probably is an opportunity that wouldn't have arisen itself. I've also done other podcasts. I've been guest on other podcasts, and so that's something that's come out of this that I didn't think was really gonna.
I've gotten knowledge out of what we're doing because, as we mentioned earlier, one of the most top listened to episodes was The Awakening, which is the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And, again, apologize, but the first four are terrible. And then I started, it was a learning curve. So I started kind of learning and getting it to sound better. So, and I've gotten we've gotten a lot more compliments, but most of the close friends of mine know that I'm the one sitting here operating all this. We kind of wanted to have a third party that kind of did all this and could give us, like we said, the bells and whistles and be a little bit more interactive and silly if we wanted. But even a third opinion, just a third person that's interacting with us was sort of kind of what I dreamed for it, you know. Or if not that, then somebody that was a guest, either every episode or every other episode, just to get. I want to hear somebody else's opinion. How do you feel?
Right.
What's going on in your life?
Well, and we did have that question. Somebody asked that, what's our goals for the year ahead? So I think that those are good things to look at as goals. I probably just said it too early. Sorry. No, they're fine. They're fine. I think that those are great goals to, try and get more guests on when this is all over and we can have people here.
Yeah.
Get somebody in that can, help us a little bit more. I feel like the first year was the dry run, almost the warm up,
Yeah.
And
we've learned a lot.
We've learned a lot
in a short time,
Yeah. One of the other questions that we had was, what's been the hardest thing about having a podcast? To be honest, we're
Doing
both
a podcast.
doing a podcast. There's a few things. We're both procrastinators.
Yeah.
Extreme procrastinators. Procrastinators unite
Yes.
tomorrow in your own homes. So that's a problem because we're both always like, well, la, la, la.
Yeah.
And now, especially because we're both in our like painting worlds and doing things that we're like, okay, we know we need to do it by the week's end. We need to get ourselves back,
Mm-hmm.
So that's been tough. Learning to handle computer issues and work together on those things is something that has been hard, but it's been taught to us too.
Yeah.
This has taught us how to work better together with it when issues come up, like with the
Yeah.
computer or with other things. We listen to each other more. We don't argue about things. It's
Yeah,
but that was-
we work a lot better together, and once we kind of upgraded, which was a blessing, things got a lot easier and better for us. So
yeah.
but again, what for the most part, what it is raw, and it's just talking,
Yeah, exactly.
So, but there's always a hurdle or a bump somewhere
Yep.
in life. Doesn't matter whether it's on your computer or in the road.
But we push through them all, and we'll learn different things going into this year, and there will be different challenges going into this year.
I
There
hope
always
we
are.
change it. I hope it evolves.
Yeah.
I want it to, I don't, it's not that there's anything wrong with what we're doing now, but
Right. It's
but
gotta
I did have a
yeah.
vision from the beginning in it, and we're not there yet, but that's
No.
okay.
We will be.
Yeah.
Everything takes time.
Right.
Yeah. But we're getting there. We're
Right.
getting more and more listeners, and we appreciate that so much. And we're glad that there is a need and that people like our show.
Yeah. What I love is that it's because of the digital age is that it's global. Like,
Yeah.
you tell me, oh, we got, what is it, Sweden or?
Oh yeah, and
And
Australia.
I'm like, that's so cool, man, that
India,
other countries are getting to do this, and
I love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah, and we get all over the world.
So
People that
thank
we
you,
don't even
Australia,
know.
Sweden,
Everybody, whatever
everybody,
countries
U.S.,
you're in,
whatever
yeah.
country you are. Thank you,
We appreciate it.
whoever you are.
We appreciate every one of you for
Yeah.
sure. I want to do another reading.
Cool,
This is a kitty cat. This is for Chelsea Tate Mandler.
Chelsea.
Let's see. This cat's name is Puff. She says, how is he feeling? He has lived all over the world with us. His tail is broken, and he is our special needs cat, and he's getting older. So let's check in with Puff.
Chelsea's one of my old high school mates.
Yeah, she's very sweet.
Yes.
Puff is chill. I feel like at this point in his life, he's very easily satisfied. He doesn't require much. He just likes to have his animal friends and his people friends and his comfortable bed. Asking him, is there anything that he needs, or if he is uncomfortable, or is there anything that can be done to make him more comfortable? One of the things that I'm feeling a little bit is arthritis, and he's showing me a heating pad or something that maybe would help him stay warmer. I feel if you don't already have one, they do make like doggy and kitty blankets that they work off of what's the Mylar. They work off of Mylar and they make it warm. We
Yeah.
have one for our dogs, and that might be a good option for him because I do feel like he gets a little bit cold now in his old age, and that's making some arthritis issues a little bit.
It gets pretty cold where they live, I'm pretty
Where?
sure.
Yeah, where are they?
I can't remember if it's Ohio or some
someplace in the
Midwest. I'm
snow,
pretty
maybe.
sure it's snow.
Yeah, he feels it in his bones for sure. So that would help him. Let's see. He's pretty content, I mean, he's just chill. He just likes to hang out. If you notice that he's drinking a lot more water, I do feel like, with these cats as they get older, this one, his kidneys are starting to slow down a little bit. So you'll see increased water and urination and that kind of thing. I don't feel like it really bothers him. Like the way that I know that he has that is because I can feel his dehydration. So, if he drinks a lot of water, that's why.
Right.
And wet food, if you don't already give it to him, would be good. He says he specifically likes tuna. So, okay.
So awesome.
Cats are funny.
Yeah.
There's something fishy. I smell something fishy. Probably tuna. So anyways, I think you're doing a good job with him. I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon. Just love him, keep him warm, and, he's a good old kitty.
Cool.
He's cool. I feel like he just likes to go wherever the people are,
Right.
and wherever the other animals are. He's sweet.
That's cool.
Yes. Okay, what else do I have on my
What you
list of
got?
questions? Do I have more? Let's see. Oh, one thing that our one of our listeners suggested that they would like to hear is for people to send in stories of things that they've experienced spiritually. And I think that that's a great idea.
That's a wonderful idea.
Yes. Let's see, stories
like
of your
a-
spiritual awakening
Yeah.
or stories of, what you might consider a ghostly encounter or,
Yeah.
your synchronicities or whatever they may be. We have listeners that would love to hear other people's stories, and that, bringing guests in is one thing, and we'll definitely do that.
It's kind of a way to do it remotely in a way.
Exactly, for sure. Yep. And then we were asked, what's the biggest lessons that have come with this year for you? For me, I would say I've always felt like everything happens for a reason, but this last year has taught me that it's even more specific than we even realize.
Yeah.
Our timeline is set in a certain way, and we need to move with our timeline, and we need to, I don't even know how to explain this. You're probably going to think I'm crazy, but if you're not moving yourself in the right direction, you're holding yourself back, and that's altering your timeline.
Right.
So for me, I've learned to just go with it.
Mm-hmm.
To be very honest with you, and people are probably going to think I'm crazy for saying this, but I think I'm the most calm right now than I've been in a long time. Because I'm at home,
Yeah.
I'm with the people that are the most important to me. I'm with my animals, so I know that everybody's okay. I've lost my job,
Yeah.
pet sitting, so it's hard to say that I am this calm, but I am. I just feel like a sense of peace has come over me, and knowing that everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
And this will show its reasons and why it's happened.
Oh, more will be revealed. The world is going to change as a result of this. But I'd say for me, a lot's changed in the last couple years, but I've been the calmest that I've ever been in my whole life the last couple years.
Yes, me too.
But I would say the biggest realization for me is knowing that I'm ultimately not really in control.
Right. It's true.
I want to think that, and I often steer my ship in the wrong direction in spite of myself.
Yeah.
Which derails my timeline sometimes. But again, once I tap in or I stay connected, I can hear and see and feel where I'm supposed to go.
Right.
Whether I
Absolutely.
want to use my own free will to do that and derail my train,
Right.
that's up to me. But
Right. That's absolutely what it is. If you choose to, take free will and go in a direction that you're not supposed to, you can continue on a path that you're not supposed to be on. But for me, this has taught me to just go with it. I could be completely freaking out and panicking right now about the fact that Shine closed, but instead I'm starting something different.
Right.
You got to take with it what comes, because this is it. That you do have multiple lives, but you get one chance at this one.
Right.
So you got to,
And there's, I say it all the time, is that there's so much more to this than we ever could imagine.
Yeah.
That we can see and understand.
Yep.
So, I'm just so, like you said, going with what I'm feeling.
You have to.
That pull, anything in your life that you want to succeed at. I'm not trying to say that all I have to do is sit and hover on a magic carpet,
Right.
and do nothing. No,
Right.
That's not what it is. If you have a job or a thing or an interest or a love or a hobby, you have to put your heart into something.
Yeah.
Your sweat, sometimes your blood and your tears. You have to do it.
Yep.
That is part of our existence and how we learned. But yeah, for me, I've learned a huge amount.
One of the things for me too is that nothing good comes easy.
No.
Because when we started this podcast, I was like, instant success, take me
we're
to the
huge.
top. Yeah, we're huge.
We got 2
No.
listens in Sweden. We're huge.
We're on the charts in Sweden. Everything takes time, and that is so hard. We all want it now. Like, I shared this thing on Facebook today about this little she shed with lights outside. I'm like, I want this.
Right.
And one of our friends was like, you can have it. It's attainable. I'm like, I know it's attainable, but I want it right now. Well, that's the thing. You can't have it right now. And why do we want it right now? Because right now is just right now.
Yeah.
There's so much more time ahead of us for us to get these things. And, we have to learn first. We have to go through a process. And that's been humbling for me this year, is to learn that this process has to go in a way that maybe I don't want it to go.
Yeah.
I didn't want to lose my job pet sitting or lose my job at Shine, but you know what? It's pushing me in the direction that I'm supposed to be going.
Yeah.
It is. I have no choice, and I'm just going to go with it instead of resisting. And that this year's taught me that so much, so much, so much.
Totally.
Yeah.
Good. At least you're learning.
We're both learning.
Yeah.
And we're helping other people too, helping other people learn.
You have to be teachable.
Right.
Even if you are a teacher, you still have to be teachable. And I'm not a teacher. I'm just sharing experiences and my opinion and my belief. But if somebody's getting something and learning something from it, awesome.
Yeah.
If somebody comes along and like Dolores or Book or even a friend and says something to me that strikes a chord, I'm learning from this.
Yep.
I'm learning from it all. The goal is to always keep myself open and teachable.
Yep. Exactly.
Not like, oh, I've mastered this. I'm totally the best guitar player. And, whatever, man. No, it's not like that. I don't want to be the best at anything. I just want to be teachable. Yeah.
I don't know that, you'll ever really know everything about anything. I don't think we'll ever stop growing spiritually. I think it just keeps going and going, and you can't really master anything because it's just infinite.
Right.
And that's okay.
And that's why we come back again and again.
Right.
Because it is infinite.
It is.
You would never learn it all.
Nope.
Not in one man's shoes, that's for sure.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So any more questions?
No, but I can do another reading real quick.
Sure,
Let's
go for it.
do that. Let me see. Let's see. This is from Kate. This is Teddy Spaghetti. He was that once-in-a-lifetime dog who taught me so much. Will he reincarnate himself so I can be with him again? He's cute. He's a little guy, see?
Oh, yeah. Looks like he has a mustache.
Yeah, it's Snow.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Let's see. Let's connect to Teddy Spaghetti. He's an active one on the other side. A lot of times they show me what they like to do most, or maybe something that was taken away from them. Like if it's an older dog that can't do what they used to do, they'll show me what they used to do. Mm-hmm. And what he's showing me is, I always see this field. It's like a beautiful green pasture, and he's in there and he's bouncing up and down and he's dancing. And he's got a lot of energy and he's very happy to connect. Nice. This soul has been with you before. It's not just when he was Teddy, but he was with you before and he will be with you after.
Oh, that's so cool.
Isn't that cool? They don't know that when they're here. And, we might know if, we connect. I don't know. I still don't know what our dogs, I have suspicions.
Yeah.
But, yes, this doggy, he will be coming back to you again. This time I feel like he'll be a larger dog. I see when I get messages, a lot of times I see larger dogs as golden retrievers. Uh-huh. And so I never know if it's an actual golden retriever or just showing me a big dog.
Got it.
But I'm going to say it could be a golden retriever. Otherwise it'll just be a big dog that's larger than this one.
Cool.
Let me see if there's anything else I get from him. He was very, very attached to you. Yeah, like you said, this is a once in a lifetime type of dog because he went where you went. And he knew, he just predicted you. He knew what was coming next, what you were going to do, what you were going to say, when you were going to get up, where you were going to go. And he was always on it.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of like Sabbath.
Yeah.
Sabbath's like that with me. He's always there with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of like that. He's like your shadow, but in a good way. And he's telling me that once that was gone, that shadow, you're missing that. And you never thought you'd miss a little shadow following you, but you do.
Yeah.
And so you will have him. He'll come back. I don't think it'll be this year, maybe next year or the year after, but soon.
Cool.
Probably in the next few years.
That's good to know.
Yeah. Can I do one more?
Sure.
Okay. Because this is from Gabe, and Gabe comments and interacts a lot, and I feel like I should read his doggies for him.
Okay. I thought he was going to ask, am I going to get the 59...
Les Paul?
Yeah.
No, he's asking about his doggies.
I know. I'm just messing around.
Yeah. Well, he might ask that now, though.
Yeah.
Why is Elliot such a hyper spaz and Luna so full of separation anxiety for Kim? That's his wife.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I want to talk to Luna first because she does stand out as this I don't want to say a neurotic mess, but she has this part of her that's really, really anxious.
Okay.
And I will tell you that a part of it is because she's connected to Kim on a different level. Kim has a lot of health problems. This dog connects to her on this level with these health problems. So when Kim goes away, when she goes to the hospital or the ER, whatever, this dog has severe anxiety. Where is my mom? She can connect to Kim's energy. And when Kim's energy is anxious, so is the dog. So that's a part of the problem. When you have these kind of issues, just let me know and I'll send her a message of everything's going to be okay. It's not going to stop her from being, having that separation anxiety, but she needs to feel comfort and know that her mom is coming home and that she's okay, because this dog feels like Kim's not okay unless she's with her.
Oh.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to be with her. She's not okay if I'm not there.
It's like a protecting thing.
Yeah. And then as far as Elliot goes, why is he a hyper spaz? Look at him. He's all proud of himself.
He's pretty.
He's very pretty. He's a German Shepherd. Yeah. He'll calm down. He just has a lot of energy. German Shepherds are working dogs, and this is an issue that we see in Shepherds labs, other things that are used to being out that you see as police dogs.
Is he young?
Yeah, I think so. I'm feeling he's pretty young. If he's not, then he's definitely got a young aura about him, and like you said, a lot of energy. But I do feel as he ages that will get better. But with him, actually, for both of these dogs, the best suggestion I can give you is to do things to keep them busy. The Elliot especially, he needs to be stimulated. His mind needs to be stimulated. Shove peanut butter in a Kong toy, or make him some kind of. I can teach you how to make some stuff so that he can shred things, and put something in a cardboard box and let him shred it if he'll do that. But he needs to work. And if you can get him to work, he'll calm down. You just have to find the things that he likes.
Yeah, Shepherds will dig some holes.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen some holes dug by Shepherds. The China.
That's why they use them so much as police dogs, and because they have such strong drives to work. They really do.
Yeah.
So they need to be stimulated, and a lot of people can't handle that, and they'll throw their next door is a perfect example. Can't handle the intensity of a Shepherd and how much energy and excitement it has. They need to work.
Wow. Yeah. Funny story really fast is I had a friend, Eric Winstrom, who actually passed away a few months ago. Rest in peace, brother. Miss you. Yeah. But he had 3 of them. And me and my ex-wife rented a room from him for a little while. Guy was so cool. Had biggest heart. Just looked like a big scary biker. Rode a Harley, but just we called him Giggles because he had a silly, real high-pitched giggle. But he had 3 Shepherds, and they used to dig in his backyard. He rented this house. But I'm talking holes that I could climb into.
Yeah, they're good at that.
So he had this friend that came by that used to help him watch the dogs. And she came back there and saw these holes and kind of freaked out.
Oh, really?
And she started grabbing pieces of wood that were stacked on the side of the house and going, "We have to fill these holes. We have to fill these holes. This is really bad." And maybe she was thinking because of the landlord.
Yeah.
So she starts throwing the wood in there. And then it hits a water main.
Oh, no.
This hole started filling up so fast. And I'm
gosh.
She doesn't even live there. I'm renting, and I'm I just let her in to say hi to the dogs,
Oh, my gosh.
It's his friend. And I'm oh, my God.
Yeah, they are very good diggers and jumpers. I've seen a lot that can scale fences.
Oh,
yeah, they really need that kind of interaction. And, I think not far from where you guys live is the dog park. It would not be a bad idea too when it's a quiet time for him to just get some energy out.
Yeah.
And then, once you get that energy out, they're chill.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then you're getting some exercise too, Gabriel.
Exactly.
Get off your bum.
Yeah. Seriously. I don't think he's essential. I think you're home too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, yay, readings and whatnot.
Right on.
And all. It was good.
Well, happy anniversary, Velocichatter anniversary.
Yes. This has been a great experience, and I can't wait to see what the future holds.
I'm glad that I came along for the ride. I thought when you first said it, I'm oh boy, what?
What's she getting me into
What
now?
am I getting into?
I have good ideas. Unagi.
But because it's made me have to learn about some things that I need to learn about anyway.
Yeah.
So,
no, it's been good.
Whether it's technical or spiritual or I want to learn.
Everything's a learning experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're learning, then you're getting what you should.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. But we want to say thank you so much, everybody, for not just listening this week, but for the last 52 weeks. And if you didn't listen to the last 52 weeks and you just chimed in this week, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
It doesn't
However many
matter
you
where you're
listen to,
at. You don't have to do it in any order. You could do it 1 through 52. You don't have to.
Yep.
But we just appreciate your time, and we hope that you do get something out of it.
We sure do. We really do.
And we look forward to next year, what it's going to bring, and maybe some new things, and we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We're excited.
Yep.
We're not going anywhere.
No, we're not. Yeah, we're
pretty much. So.
Definitely not going anywhere for a while.
But yeah.
Yeah. So thank you. Yes.
It was a good episode. Thanks.
Yes, it was good.
Do you want to give your information real fast?
Sure. Let's do that.
Before we say bye?
Yep. So you can find my website, SamanthaJonesPsychicMedium.com. If you're interested in the unlimited psychic texting, you can reach me or Chelsea at velvetpsychics@gmail.com.
Cool. And if you like art, djonesartcollection.com for the web, at djonesartcollection for Instagram and Facebook, and music, gypsybrown.com for the web, and at Gypsy Brown Music for Instagram, and Gypsy Brown Band at Gypsy Brown Band for Facebook. And that's all I got.
Yay.
We are looking forward to the new year and everything it brings.
Next week. Yeah.
Next week it starts.
53.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cool.
Yep.
Well, thanks, guys. Have a great week.
Everyone.
Stay safe, stay healthy.
Yep. Stay in touch.
And until next week, peace and love.